Hey everybody, how's it going? Casey here. It's Wednesday, and you know what that means. It's giveaway day, and today we're going to give away something that can help your trading, and that is we're going to give away 2 prizes of $50 each, $100 total giveaway today, and that'll help your trading because you could put that money in your trading account, or you could buy something. You could buy some trading education or something like that. We're just trying to help you guys out here. So thank you so much. And by the way, I saw Jonathan's birthday today. So happy birthday shout out to Jonathan. Everybody in the comments, go ahead and let Jonathan know happy birthday. That's pretty awesome. My son's birthday's next week, so that's a good reminder. I got to go get him some stuff so I don't forget. All right. Well, thanks, everyone. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started here. I'm going to share my screen. Let's pull up. We'll start with our spreadsheet here with the $1 Million Challenge spreadsheet. And again, today is going to be the giveaway, so you got to stay tuned for that. And we want to see somebody win and get some more engagement on this thing. Because right now we've been working really hard at building it up, and it seems like things are picking up some momentum. A lot of people are really enjoying what we're doing, so we really appreciate everyone. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at the spreadsheet here. I'm just trying to figure out how to, there we go. Okay, so right now we're currently, nothing's really changed, although I am planning on closing a stock here today, possibly. Yesterday, Hexo was over 100% ROI on Hexo, and so I was about ready to close that one out. We'll take a look once the market opens on Hexo, because 100% ROI is a great return, and excited about that trade. Let's take a look at the screenshot here to see what caused me to get into it in the first place, which is why I like that. So this is so cool, because we'll go over this when I try to close it, but you can see I took the picture, bought here hoping for a breakout. You see the price is 621, and now it's trading way over that. So we'll see where we're at there. That's going to be a lot of fun. So yeah. Okay. So with that being said, also with the currency trading yesterday, if you guys didn't tune in to my live challenge, I want to thank everyone for hanging in there with me. And we didn't make the goal. We did make money though. So any day you make money is a good day. And we really appreciate, I just appreciate all the positive energy and comments, and it was just a lot of fun, so I didn't have to be all alone all the time. So it was pretty cool. and we didn't make it. We did 2,800 or 1,800, almost 2,000, but still pretty good. But we'll get there. You know, as time goes on, we'll get there. We're gonna do some more stuff like that as time goes on. And in the meantime, let's go ahead and just take a look at some of those charts. And if you guys were able to get on yesterday and check that out, I'm really glad you were able to be there. But if you weren't, just go back and look at yesterday's video. It's all right there for you to see. And so before we get any further, I'd love it if you guys, we got 50 people on, which is a great start, but I'd love it if you guys could hit that like button, because I want to get as many people here. If you hit that like button, it helps drive people to the channel. And so I want to get as many people here as I can so we can get a nice giveaway today. The giveaway links are, today we're going to do it on Twitter and on Facebook. So here is the Twitter link. I'm going to be sharing this later, but actually let me go ahead and just share it right now, the Twitter link. And if you guys share this, you guys will be able to enter the drawing for the $100. There we have it. So just share this link, but let me post it in the chat. And we got a Facebook link coming here in a little bit as well. So once that Facebook link comes my way, we'll set that up. But $50 cash giveaway ×2 on our $1 Million challenge. All right, so let's jump into the currency, and we're going to review a little bit of yesterday. So yesterday was a lot of fun, and we were going long on the Aussie, and we kept going long and kept going long, and it did finally break out, but it just took a little bit of time. So one of the things I don't have turned on right now, which I need to turn on, which is this so what I'm going to do now is I go here and I click properties. You can do F8, and then I click on the common tab and I show period separators. And I like to do that because it shows me the daily. And so this is what has happened today, and this is where we were at yesterday. So yesterday was a nice up day. It just didn't get a big break. So this is why the daily and swing trading is a good thing. But we just kept buying every time it dropped. Every time we try to get a breakout, every time it dropped, we kept buying the Australian USD. And you can see what happened. We were strong on the uptrend, and it just ended up popping. Had I waited with the amount of trades we had, we probably would have been pretty good, but it would have gone into the next session. Thanks, Coleman. I'm glad you made some money. If anybody else made money yesterday, smash that like button. You guys probably already did, but and Jason, I just saw Jason's watching from PA, so we'll give you a shout out to PA. Thanks so much. Chris, it's 1 a.m. Chris gets the late night survivor award. Chris, awesome. You got more dedication than me, because I don't think I would be able to pull that off. All right. So so that was the Australian dollar. Let's now pull this out for a daily. I wanted to take this long on a daily right here on this break. And so that was why yesterday we did that, right? So that was yesterday. So now we always start with the levels. We've got a level right here, and we have a level right here. So we're in the middle of a zone. We've been in this zone for a long time. There's still about 72 pips to go. So I probably would trade this by dropping down to a lower time frame, perhaps, and then putting your stop right here and then catching this right up. Right now, this is a pretty good setup. Its price is breaking. So we've got the MACD crossing on the 15. So I'm going to actually get this right now. We're going to do a custom buy. We're going to put our stop below here, and I'm not going to edit this. This is just going to be a longer term, and I'm going to put my target right up here. So here we go. We're going to buy this, and the target is right up here. You can see it's 63 pips away, and the stop loss is 36. So it's a 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio, and the price is moving up. So I'm just gonna grab a photo of this one too. This is a pretty good trade setup, I believe, and it's just following the trend. If we get some pullback. We could probably add that in later, but I'm going to grab a picture of it. You guys know I like taking pictures of everything. And let's go ahead and find my $1 million spreadsheet. So I got all of these monitors open, and because of it, I can't find. Oh, there we go. Okay, $1 million. Okay, so we're got two, and by the 210 and Forex. This is actually just this doesn't actually count for the $1 million challenge. This is just a trade, because remember, I depleted my funds and I didn't reload this account yet, but I will reload it after I get close up some of these stock accounts. But for right now, this is just keeping my skills fresh and practicing. Okay. Good morning, John from DC. Good morning, sir. Thank you for chiming in. All right, so that's what I was looking at on that, and we'll see how that one develops. It's a 15-minute trade, but it's based off of the daily time frame, and we have a crossover happening right here on the MACD. Okay, so so there we go, and all right, so let's look at the euro dollar. Euro dollar is same situation. You got these big fat lines here. We've got the break moving down. The MACD is starting to decrease. We do have this 50-period moving average acting as a resistance right now. There's also a level right here. So there's not as much room on this one. And so I would be more cautious. We did, let's just review yesterday's trades, by the way. Yesterday, let's go to our period separators, properties, common, period separators, so we can see what we did yesterday. Yesterday, I was just buying on the dip, buying on the dip, buying on the dip, and you can see how that worked. It worked out really well. So yesterday, pretty much, we only lost 2 trades. One was the Aussie dollar, which would have been a winner. I just was closing it before the end of the session at noon. So if I would have been a little more patient, would have got that. Then the other one was the CAD yen, and the CAD yen was a bounce here, but I was just impatient. It actually shook me out. And again, we just talk about planning those levels. You see it hit this level. I put my entry here. It went down to that level, took me out, and then took off. So my idea was right, but my timing was off. And we've experienced that. For those of you guys that have done this before, you guys have seen me do that many times, and I'm sure you've experienced it as well. And we're just working on improving that process. So right now on this CAD yen, where MACD's trending down. Let's look at it on a daily time frame. Let's get rid of all these lines, objects. So you just go objects, and then you just hit Control A, and then we just delete them all. And then now we got a clean slate. And I'm going to change my line, and it's not going to be quite so fat this time. So I'm going to edit horizontal properties. And I do this kind of quick because I've been doing this for so long. But it's a little thinner there. So we have a support level down here and a resistance. So we're in this channel. But we did break up. The trend is up. We have a trend line moving this direction. Okay, so we have a trend line. We're moving up, and the MACD is currently up. So let's look at it on a 4-hour. 4-hour is decreasing a little bit, and the 15-minute is decreasing as well. So we're currently just in the zone here, but we are also on a tiny little support level here. So we could maybe catch this one and ride this one up as well. But right now, I'm not going to do anything here. I'm just going to take this Aussie dollar. This one is going to be based off of the 15-minute on the entry, but it's really based off the daily. So we got a lot of time on this one. And when it gets up here, we're going to take our profit. So like this setup, I think it's a pretty good setup. Okay, so sorry about that. Okay, so there we go. Good morning from Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico is such a cool place. I was there not too long ago, and it was just fantastic. Definitely want to go back. All right, so let's take a look at the Euro Australian. I like Euro Australian. Yesterday, I was planning on shorting this a little bit, but I never did just because of I was in the Australian USD. But every time it was popping up, I wanted to short that. So when you're in a downtrend, one way to get in, if you're not in, is you just watch the 15-minute charts and you watch for spikes, right? So we've got spike, spike, spike. Every time you get a spike on those on a strong downtrend, that's a way to get in. But as Mr. Job Moses says, hey, Lloyd from Philippines, thanks. Mr. Lloyd Moses is saying, what's your risk? You've got to always know your risk. So important in trading to know what your risk is. And so really good. So right now on this Euro Australian, we're breaking this level. So that means that we're probably going to go where? Down to this level. MACD's crossing over. On the daily, we're down, a strong downtrend. Now, I personally am not going to take this one, but again, because I'm already in one Australian pair, the Aussie USD. So no reason for me to double up here. I've got a good trade. You know, when you've got a trade where you can make $1,700, that's pretty solid, right? So, I mean, $1,700 is good money. And I might have to wait 1 day or 2 days or 3 days. But even if you can pull in 17 every 3 days, you're in a pretty good situation. Would you not agree with that? Hit that like button if you agree with a nice $1,700 every 2 days, every 3 days, every 4 days. Pretty nice for 4 days of work, just to be honest. And honestly, how long did we work? We've only been on the show for 17 minutes and we already came up with a setup, and half the time I've been goofing around, right? So, yeah, give yourself that happy birthday winning trade, Jonathan. That's the gift. That's a good gift. A winning trade for your birthday. But, you know, don't get mad if you don't win and be like, what's going on? It's my birthday. I'm supposed to win. You know what I mean? Every 4 hours would be good. You know what, John? If we're going to say that, every 4 seconds would be even better. How about that? Okay. Let's keep moving along here and looking at some more pairs. Let's look at the pound New Zealand. And if you guys have any Forex pairs, oh, and you know what? I'm going to look at this, but then somebody was talking about gold yesterday, and I forget who that was. It was Ben, maybe. Ben, who's not here today. Ben was like, gold, 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 gold. And so in honor of Ben, I'm going to talk about gold. But let's clear this chart out. Okay, so pound New Zealand. Yesterday, I had contemplated taking a long, and I didn't do it. And so I should have, in hindsight, because this thing really took off. If we go to our period separators, and I'm gonna save this as a template now, so that every time. So when you save your chart as a template, you click right-click, template, save as, and you click save, and then you save it as a default, and then it will automatically have all the settings you want when you open it. So that'll help. Okay, just again, I want to update. We're doing a giveaway today, and it's going to be really good. We're going to talk about it when I transition, so stay tuned for that. And also, I'm going to be doing all the stock setups as well. So I know some of you guys like Forex and some of you guys like stock. I'm going to do a little bit of both for everybody here. Jonathan doesn't do currency. Well, you're still sticking it out even though you don't do currency. Good man. Good man. Thank you. So pound New Zealand. What I'm noticing on the pound New Zealand is, let's look at the daily. We have a level here. Pretty strong level, right? It's been tested here. It's been tested here. Been tested here. And this was my initial trade, if I recall correctly, on the pound New Zealand when it crossed. So it was right about here, and it just never took off. But now we're testing this level again. We've been testing. So if this breaks, that's going to be a very solid move because of the amount of testing that we've had on this level. And so I would be keeping an eye on that. We've got a triangle happening here. We can look at this on a 4-hour time frame. The 4-hour, the MACD starting to get a little stronger. And so what we might see is this thing pop down, maybe into this zone and then up, or it might pop down just a little bit of the way and then pop. If that doesn't happen and it breaks lower, we've got a nice trade to the downside forming. So this is in one of those situations where we're getting ready. And I love it when we get ready because it takes patience. And then when it breaks out, it's going to be a big break. And so Syed, you're saying, can we use this on the XAU USD? Absolutely, we can. We can use this on the, if you want to just be a gold trader and trade gold all day long, go for it. And so this same strategy works and applies. It's using the levels and watching the MACD. All right, so let's go ahead and look at gold because I know you guys love gold. We're going to look at gold and silver. All right, we're going to start with the daily. What's it showing on the daily? So right now we're banging into what? Into this clutter. You see all this clutter here? We did drop and test a support level. Okay, so we have that support level that was tested, and it tested it over here and over here. And then now we got a nice bounce. The MACD on this is starting to reduce a little bit, but we have something that is blocking our path, and it's this level. We've got the 50 period moving average, the 200 period moving average, and when this thing goes, I would expect to get up to some of the previous levels. This is the next level that we have to worry about. There's also the top of this triangle right here. And so we're looking at, so with gold, the current price is $18.50. We're looking at a $50 increase right here. And then another from here, $117, $120. So if we get a breakout of this level, then we should be looking to go long for about up here. And then there's also the ultimate level, which is up here. And so let me delete some of these. If this, before I delete it, if this doesn't happen, yeah, Dave, that sure does. So if this doesn't happen, we can roll down to the downside and then move even lower here. So just watch this level. If this thing breaks, we're looking at some downtrend action because we're already below the 200 period, which is a lot of times an indication that the trend is ending. So we've been below it, and it's having trouble getting above it. So if this thing goes lower, we've got some levels down below that we want to look for. There's a support level down here. So we've got a nice move possibly down to the downside. See this channel here where it was all up and down in here? Right here is a really powerful support level, and it bounced nicely off of that. But if it doesn't break this, then we're probably going to go down here. So you can see now we have the whole plan laid out where we're going to go on the upside and the downside. So let's draw this out a little bit further here and just take a look at what we have. We've got this wedge forming. And then if we draw this, we have this wedge. So you can just see that, that it's trying to break. But look at this. You see this? We have another resistance point. So we have this downward resistance, this one, and then we have this upward resistance because it broke out of the bottom of this little wedge earlier. Okay. So what does that mean? Well, that is, so we've got downward resistance from the trend line. We've got downward resistance from the 50 period moving average. We've got downward resistance from support, just from candlestick price action. And we have downward resistance from the 200 period moving average. So there's a lot of things that are working against gold right now. And greetings from Spain, sunny, beautiful Spain. I've always wanted to go there, and I haven't had the chance to yet. Okay, so let's watch this for a price action pattern for an entry. Now, look, it's already starting. It's already starting to get some resistance. See that pin bar? So let's draw another trend line right here. Okay, it's already starting. And now what we can do is pull this back and drop it down here. And if it breaks this level, this little tiny 15-minute level, watch for the MACD to cross over, and we got a nice trade down to the downside. So right now we're really tight. We got to move to the upside if it breaks up, a move to the downside if it breaks down. If we go up, that's a really powerful statement. Because why? Why is that? Let's see what your guys' thoughts are on this, because I know some of you guys that are watching this are probably smarter than me. But why is it a powerful statement if it breaks to the upside? Oh, Phase Bear, you don't need to be brave. What you need to do is slowly take tiny steps and slowly build it up. You know, first you trade $1 and see how that feels. You know, nothing happens right away because you're going to get smacked pretty bad. But you want to slowly build up your endurance. It's just like working out. You know, you start out by lifting 5 pounds. 5 pound weight, man. I'm a beast. You know, you got that little 5 pound weight. But then the next thing you know, you keep at it, you're going to be lifting like 100 pounds on each arm, right? So it really doesn't make you anything special. It just makes you consistently working your body and improving until you get to where you need to be. And so, right, just don't think in dollars. Don't think in percentage of your account, right? The dollars will increase, and the dollars is the psychological part. It gets inside your brain, right? Don't worry about that. Just worry about percent increase at your winning percentages. How many trades am I winning? And your process. Are you following your discipline? You know, what are you doing discipline wise? Did you follow your trade setups? Did you follow your rules? Did you do all of that? So anyways, I asked a question, didn't see any answers. So I'm just going to go ahead and answer it. But you guys, I want you guys to answer my questions, because I don't want to be the only guy here participating. And you guys are actually doing really good. You guys are I take that back. You guys are doing awesome. So, but I do want to get something. The only thing you can control is your risk. That's right. And your entry and your exit. You can control your risk, your entry, and your exit. On point, Jacob. On point. That's a good comment. You cannot control the market, and so don't even try. Don't even try. Robin, you're the man. Okay, so my question was, the reason it's going to be super awesome if it breaks to the upside is because we have so much resistance here. We have like 5 different levels of resistance happening, and if it ends up breaking that, it would be really powerful. We have let's draw a fib level here too. We're also at the 38.2 fib level. So we've got like five resistance points telling this thing to go down. And so with that much, I'm like, this thing's got to go down, right? But I'm not predicting because I can't control the market. The only thing I'm saying is, if for some amazing miracle that this pops this, then it is going to be a very significant level, because it is facing so much resistance. So if it puts up, then it's really going to be powerful. And John, I went long on the Australian USD. You can go back to the beginning of the video and see, but we broke out of here. Okay, so I went long with my target right up here. And Moses is making 40 and 50 a week with a 10K account. Shout out to Moses. Good job, man. Keep up the good work, buddy. That's awesome. That's awesome, awesome, awesome. All right. Okay. So now we're going to go ahead. The market's going to be opening soon, and we are going to be doing that giveaway. So I want to be able to get those likes up. So everybody that is wanting to participate in that giveaway, go ahead and smash the like button right now. And we're going to do it. It's $100 today. We're going to give away $100 to $50 gift, not gift cards, but cash. We're going to do two 50s. Smash that like button to show your interest in here. We've got 64 people on and we've only got 38 likes. I'd like to get that up to 50, and then I'll go ahead and share I'm going to share the giveaway. We're at 42. We got a nice big bump. Let's keep nailing it. Oh, and by the way, too, make sure you subscribe so you get notified of when we're doing all of these trades and when we do updates. Because sometimes I even come in with an off chart, off day update. Like this week, I'm literally presenting every day, but tomorrow I'm not going to be on tomorrow. But I am going to be doing it on Friday. You want to get the notification, so you go. We only need 3 more likes, so come on in, and then I'll start sharing with the giveaway. Okay, so we got the links are already in here, so that's good. Let's go ahead and click the button here and go to these pages. All right, 3 more likes, guys, 3 more. But here's what we need. Facebook first. You don't have to do both. It's either or. If you're a Facebook person, do it on Facebook. If you're a Twitter person, do it on Twitter. If you really want to win, just do it on both. But what you need to do is just go up here and you just click the share button like that. Okay. And then you can share it to your personal timeline to get or you can share it to a page. You can share it to a group. Don't share it. Don't like spam a page or whatever. That's annoying. You can put it on your timeline, or you can copy this link like up here and paste. Well, actually, you have to use the share button so that we can see it. So everybody that shares will show up on the timeline, and then we'll go through on that timeline and we're going to pick one. Okay, so we're going to do it on Twitter as well. You can see Twitter. We have 5 retweets already. So right now, these are the people that have already entered: Robin, Angel, Carol, Diogo, and Drew. They already entered in. And so Diogo, awesome. And so one of you guys is following me too. If you want, you can follow me to get updates, because I also do some trade updates here. But what you need to do is click the link on Twitter, and then you just click this little circle button and you click retweet. Okay, you click retweet. Right here, and there we have it. So what we need to do, and then I just click it and I can see everybody that retweets it. So what we need to do is get this up to 15. We need to get 15 retweets so that we can do the Twitter giveaway, and we need to get 15 shares on Facebook so that we can do the Facebook giveaway. And we just got our 50 likes, so awesome. Good job. So let's all do that here. Share that Facebook, and the links are in the chat. So thank you. And let's go ahead now and go to the stock stuff. Okay. So the first setup I wanted to go through was FNKO, and that FNKO, Funko. You can see that I had on Monday, I almost took the money. And ran, and it came back down on us right here. Okay. I'm going to try to delete this level. And so now we're currently right here. We're slowing down. We got support, and there's another support right here. I am in this trade, and my trade box disappeared, but I am in this trade right now, and I wanted to close it right up here at about 15, and it just missed my target. It popped up to about 14.50 that day, about 50 cents away from my target. Right, so I'm still waiting on that. I'd like to see this bounce. If we get a move down here or here, we might even add to this position, because I already added to this one once. So we can always add again. So let's watch it on a lower time frame. You can see it hit the level and it bounced, and so now we're looking for it to bounce back up. But when you're on a nice uptrend like this, a great way to enter these trades is to draw a trend line. You know, and Moses trades stocks, so this works great for stocks. It works great for Forex. Is you catch the trend and you draw a trend line. Let's look at this last one. You catch the trend and you draw a trend line, right? We catch it and we draw a trend line. So boom, there we have it. The last move I did enter right down here. I was expecting it to break. It didn't break this 1450. And so let's see if it can come back up one more time. But what I'm waiting for now is for price to break this trend line. If it doesn't break the trend line, we have this level down here. Okay, so I can draw another level here. You can see we have a level down into this zone, and then watch and wait for it to break the trend line and then move back up. So that is what I'm looking for on that one. Pretty good setup. Let's take a look at CRM. CRM. Okay, CRM. Let's do this on a daily. We've stalled out, but there's some really good news here in that it has broken out of this channel. It filled the gap, and now we're sitting here. So you see there's this big gap, and so that's called a gap fill. So this company is a good company, but they had something happen. Their earnings were a little bit missed, I guess, to drop, but their revenue was still 5.42 billion, and their revenue still was up, but something happened. I don't know if it was a revenue drop or what, or maybe they didn't hit expectations, but you see that big gap down, and ever since then they've been going sideways. Well, they filled the gap. So what that means is when price goes back to the gap, that's been filled. And not only did it fill the gap, it also went above the gap. Okay, it went above the gap. So currently we are in this position down here at about 220. So we're up $17 per share, but it's doing something that I really like, and that's called consolidation. Consolidation is what's happening right now. Let's go to a lower time frame, and you see it's just hanging in. It popped out at 241, and it's just hanging. And so if it breaks to the downside, we've got this support down here at 229. I'd be looking to buy at 230. And also, oh, I just remembered, this is for educational purposes only, guys. Educational purposes only. This is not trade recommendations. Okay. Now, I would be looking for a breakout up here to go long to this trade, or a drop down to this zone down here, this support level. But overall, I like this stock. My expectation on this and what I'm hoping will happen is that it'll break this and get back up to 283. And actually, I've got this for 6 months. I don't mind holding it for a while. We're waiting for it to come back. And so I know I'm talking about the same trades over and over again. And so I want to make sure that I do some new stuff too, because you're like, well, I'm tired of watching these old ones. So let me do 2 more old ones, and then we'll get all to new stuff. Okay, everything's going to be new, and we'll hit some questions. So Heike, Hilke Lok, I just draw them what looks good. Like, let's look at this one, right? I just draw them what looks good. There's not really anything that's perfect. Like, I got this point, this point, this point, this point. I look at the pin bars. I look at the bodies. I just try to fit them in. This one, you know, I could have moved it right up here. And so we are right at this trend line as well, but this is a little shorter. So it's just kind of hard to do it. We could do, let me do it like this. It's hard to make them perfect. So don't get too caught up on it. I mean, it's not like it has to be perfect, because the market works in generalities. And so, you know, this line is where we're at. So perhaps this is where we need to be if this one breaks. But I did this one here because I had I had a lot of points here, right? You see there's a point here, then there's a point here. So we have kind of a fan thing going on, but right here would be a good one as well. So So this is what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for this to pop, to break, and just to keep on going. Currently, we're up $17 a share on this one. Is looking pretty good. So, so that's that. Let's go to Hexo, HEXO. And Hexo is actually up today as well. And you remember that chart? Let's go back to that because it's so fun. This is where the fun comes, when you get to go back and look at your entries. Hexo was entered on 128. Let's look at it. Boom, bought here, hoping for a breakout. We were hoping for a breakout. Well, did we get what we were hoping for? Let's go look. Wow, we got our breakout and then some. So I need to unlock my trading here. I'm going to close this one because I'm up 100% on this trade. So with that being said, I'm going to close this bad boy. Let's go to my positions, and we're going to go here and see if I can close this one. Yeah, so this was... It's currently, this was an options trade, okay? And so I got in on somewhere around 193 or 2 or something. And so we'll just close this one today. And we'll do that here. It's currently doing pretty well. So I'm going to put an order in for that one and close it. But really, it's so nice to be able to see what happens. It's just so cool when that actually comes to play. So actually the trade is actually up 133% ROI. And so I'm going to put my order in here to try to sell it around $5, which will close it out at about 150%. So I'm going to put my order in right now, and we'll see what happens on it. And it would be a really nice trade, close to 150% ROI on it. So, so now I have an order. So the price right now is trading at $5. So I have an order to sell it, and I'm going to turn up my volume here so that the sound alert will happen. I haven't been hearing the sound. I didn't hear the bell this morning, so I don't know what's going on. But yeah, it's really nice. G. Gallagher, we have quite a few different platforms that we use, and I'll have my assistant send you a link in the chat here in a little bit. Okay, so so that's Hexo. Woohoo! Happy day. Let's now go to Fubo. Fubo, F-U-B-O. Fubo is the other one. We currently are in this trade at 870. Or no, at 34.38. I'm up right now about $14 a share on it, looking for this to break. Let's go to an hour. So we have different levels. The 52 level's been giving us some trouble. 55, you can see it's just been rejecting. I got in on this break, so I went and here's how I decided to get into this trade, just so you guys know. I drew a trend line right here. Okay, it went down. And guess what? It broke the trend line. You guys know what I do. You guys know what I do. I broke the trend line and boom, I got in, right? The MACD was crossing over. So now the MACD is going down a little bit on this one. So that is giving me a little bit of cause for concern. So I'm going to tighten up my stop. I actually did it the other day, but I think what happened was my order, I'm going to close by stop loss and take profit. We're going to put, I want to make sure that my order is on a good to cancel. I did a day trade last time, a day order. So let me just talk about those for you don't know. Time and force. You can either do go day, which means it cancels at the end of the day, or good to cancel, which means it stays open. I did a day order last time for those of you guys that remember that. And that day order canceled at the end of the day. So we're going to put our stop loss at 35. The stop loss is going to be at $35. Okay, and the take profit is going to be at 70. Okay, and I'm just going to trail this as we hit new levels. Okay, because I'm going to use the levels as the guide. Okay, so right now this level is my guide, and I'm just going to trail my stop. So if we get up into another level here, I'm going to trail my stop up to here. If we break out to another level, I'm going to trail my stop. I'm just going to use these levels to determine my stop loss. Now, I only have my stop now at break even just because I don't want to lose any money, okay? I've already got money in profit. Why give it up? And so if it drops down, I'd be discouraged, but it's not that big of a deal. So right now, let's look at it on an hourly time frame. If you're not in this trade right now, you might want to consider it because we're testing this level, right? We're testing this level. And remember, this is educational purposes only, not telling you what to do. Trading is risky. Know your risk. Don't trade with money you can't afford to lose. But this is a personal opportunity, in my opinion, because we have a break here. We do have another level right here. But you can always put your stop in a nice, safe place, manage your risk, and we might run with this thing. This company is getting a lot of attention. People are really excited about it, and it's pretty cool. So thank you so much. Really appreciate for all the participation. So that is all of the open stocks. Well, I also have Twitter, but I basically lost 100% of that one. We'll go ahead and take a look at it. I was trying to be cute and shorting. Not a good idea. I don't know what I was thinking, but a good thing. Wow, that thing popped, man. But I did an options trade on it, so I lost 100% on it. But it was just a small trade, so it's not a big deal. But wow, I wonder what drove that bad boy up today. It might be my giveaway. You guys were responsible because of that giveaway. You gave them so much traffic that they exploded. They're like the Casey Stubbs giveaway is making Twitter blow up. So you guys are a part of that. Okay, so now we're going to go into the news section, but I want to just make sure that we're going to go some news trades. But I want to make sure, guys, that let's move this. I want to make sure you guys are getting your stuff. You're participating. Okay, we got 8 retweets, and I'm going to do the drawing at the end, but I got to get to 15 or I'm not going to do it. There's 72 people on here, so I know out of all the people that are on here, someone, please tell me that they want to get $50. All you got to do is retweet this by going to this link that's in the chat. You go to this link here, and you push this button, and you go to the link, and we'll post the Facebook one as well. And it might need to refresh the page. Let me refresh it. So we're only at 8. So you go here and you just click that little button, right? We got to get to 15. So I know you guys can do this. we got 81 people watching right now, and I know somebody wants $50. So we need to get up to 15, and let's see what we're at on here as well. Let's see. I'll ask. So there's 4 people have engaged with this. 2 shares. So Facebook has 2. So we got to get it up there, guys. We got to get it up. So, all right. With that being said, let's go back to the new list here. The new list. Okay, so let's take a look at Zoom, ZM. I have been all over Zoom. I have told everybody to get in on this one for educational purposes only. I like this trade a lot. I think that this thing could run back up. So now that it's hit my criteria, it's above the moving average, it's an entry. I love this trade. So what are we going to do with it? Well, we are going to just wait on lower time frames now. So now if you're not in it, you don't want to buy here. You want to wait for a pullback. Now, every day that you hit a new high could be a day that it goes higher, but I like pullbacks. You guys know that. So I'd like for price to come down to this level or down to here. So we have just on a 15-minute time frame. We already know our levels on the daily, right? We do our levels on the daily first. But we have some 15-minute areas that we look at, see down here and down here. So I'd like to see at least price get down here, maybe here, draw a trend line, wait for it to break, and then go in. On the daily time frame, what's our next resistance point? Well, the next resistance is going to be right here. So we have a lot of room to it. But you could be like, well, I'll just get in now and take it later. And you could do that. You could get in now, put your stop here, but I like timing. Timing for me is really good. Rick, you don't have to, I use Twitter. Okay, so here, let me explain the giveaway, guys. Let me explain the giveaway. I'm going to write out an official rules document. Each one of these is an entry. So if you don't want to enter, because I'm going to pick one Twitter winner and one Facebook winner. So if you don't want to enter on Twitter, don't enter on Twitter. If you want to enter on Facebook, enter on Facebook. If you want both, if you want to get both, then enter for both. Because why? Because 2 entries has more probability to win. Okay, and that's how it works. So right now we're at 8. By the end of the show, we've got to be up there. We've only got 8, so it's. Let's see if you know what I love about this audience is you guys always come through. This audience always comes through, and so but sometimes you like to wait to the last minute. We might call you guys the comeback kids, but you guys always come through. And so I know that we're going to get the 7 more that we need, but you got to get it before the show ends. And I'm going to be ending it around 10:15. So make sure that you guys do that. And the link for Webull, if you want 4 free stocks, that's included. And just to let you guys know that I get 4 stocks, you guys get 4 stocks. So I get a benefit out of it too. You always want to look at why does someone refer something? Why? What's their benefit? What do they get out of it? Am I just trying to hustle you to make money? But in this case, I do get something out of it, but I also love the platform and I use them. And they did really well when Robinhood was getting smacked recently for liquidity and all of this. A lot of these other ones Webull performed outstanding. It did shut down for a little bit. And yeah, so yeah, there we go. Okay, let's go back. So that's how we get in on Zoom. Just wait for this thing to pull back a little bit, and I will be watching this one as well. Let's take a look at some other stuff here. And remember, guys, too. Yeah, Facebook is. I mean, I'm not a big fan. I'm actually trying to move away from both Facebook and Twitter, but there's no good replacements yet. A couple new stuff came up, but I just haven't, they just don't work real well. And so when a new replacement comes, I'll probably be all over it. So anyways, let's go here and go to my watch list. Let's take a look at BNGO. If you guys have anything too, this is the time to throw it out there. BNGO. Okay, so BNGO just literally exploded in the last couple months. You see this awesome price action, like boom, right? These are the kind of stocks we need to find, right, guys? These are the stocks. Like, I love these stocks. This thing now is like, okay, how do I trade this? How do I trade this without getting smashed? Because this thing could drop right down. Okay, so it's the same concept. It's hard to see because of this just meteorite. They call this a parabolic. It's parabolic, but this could be the beginning of a huge move on these. And so when you get this stuff, we find them, we go for them, we try to nail them. So what I want to do here is break it down to, sometimes you got to break down to a lower level, but for the first of all, we want to put levels. It's the same thing. There's no difference here. Levels, 1266, okay, 1385, okay, 1062. So we're in a zone. If it breaks, where do you think we're going to go? Well, we're going to go from 1266 to 1397. Now, let me just tell you guys something. On a $10 stock, a dollar move is pretty big move. It's a 10% move. So anytime you can think about getting a 10%, oh man, I can't believe I'm just reading Robin's comment. He reactivated just for this. Okay. So here we go, guys. we got the move down here, and it just stopped, and it kept trying. It moved up and it stopped. So this is it. It's a big move, but there's not a lot of complication here. So now let's go down to a lower time frame. And now you can see, oh, well, look at what this is doing. Even if you catch it from zone to zone, that's a move. That's 1060 to 12. That's 20%. That's a 20% ROI. If you risk $1,000 on the trade, you just made 200 in one day. Okay. My good friend, not my good friend, but one of our community, I look at you guys as good friends, just said, hey, I make $50 a day on my $10,000 account. Well, if you found a trade like this, you know, you can make that $20, $30, $50 on a $10,000 account. You might want to risk only 500 on it. You make 10%, that's $50. You risk 500 on it, you make 20%. Well, that's $100, $50 to $100 on a $500 trade, right? It's the small stuff. It's consistently nailing these on the small ones. So again, when we go over these, you can find your own, and you can Rick, I like Rick. Rick is Mr. Why. Why? I always believe in starting with why. Why? Well, the reason, Rick, is because if you like my YouTube page, it gets more people to the channel, and then I will have more people to see this, and more people will be able to enter into the competition. So I have to get you guys to do the likes as well, so that you can help drive traffic to the channel. Now, another reason too is that it is scientifically proven that the more engaged you are with the content, the better you are at learning, the better you are at application. So I am always going to be asking you guys to do something. I'm not going to let you guys sit back on your hands and just chill out and eat Cheetos while you're doing this, because it's scientifically proven when you participate with something that you will learn it better. So I am trying to get you guys to get as much participation as possible, for my benefit, because it benefits me because of the channel, but also for your benefit because it benefits you, because you're able to really grasp this material and get better. So I hope that is a good explanation on the why. It's a great question, and I always have a reason for everything I do. At least I try to. I try to be well thought out and well planned. You could still eat Cheetos. I mean, go for it, but you at least got to push the like button and eat the Cheetos at the same time. You know what I mean? But, you know, I've been cutting back on Cheetos. Once my fingers get all orange, I just can't handle that anymore. But it's so funny because with my kids, when they eat Cheetos, they're all over their face. And it's like, you're like, hey, were you just eating some Cheetos? No. Why? Well, because your whole face is orange. Maybe that was a giveaway. Kids are so funny. Anyways, so that was it. Let me get on to my my watch list. Let's take a look at AMD, guys. This is for educational purposes only. This is a good trade. Oh man, look at that. I talked about this one on Monday. Today is just, I'm like really excited about AMD right now. But again, I don't get, look at this uptrend, boom, MACD cross. This AMD is on point. So as soon as this Hexo closes, which it hasn't closed yet, as soon as Hexo triggers, let's go back to Hexo and see what's going on. Oh wait, Hexo did trigger. So I'm actually probably going to grab this one today. Let's go ahead. Let me just get my $1 million spreadsheet up here and we'll update it. Okay. Let me move this out of the way. Okay. Let's get this $1 million sheet up. And I'm going to add that Hexo on. Yeah, Hexo did close. Okay, so we're going to do with the result. Hexo. That's awesome. We just got 150% ROI, guys. 150% ROI. It wasn't a big trade. I wish I would have put a ton into it. It was a very tiny trade, but at least now we have this here. Let me see. What was the profit on it? Okay, so the profit was only 550 because I only put in 400, but 550 is good. It's 100% ROI. So again, I made it $550, right? We talked about making $50 a day. I made $550. So it just like that. Okay, so I'm going to take another shot. Let's take another shot of the chart. Let me get this, and then I'm going to jump into AMD next for educational purposes only. We're going to jump into AMD. So here we go, right here. And I see that a lot of you guys are looking at the spreadsheet, and I didn't even give the link today. You guys are on point, man. Excellent. HEXO, Hexo. Okay, so there's the exit on Hexo, and I'm going to be watching this thing because this thing has been helping me blow my account up. So that's a good thing. Blow up because I got in here, I got in here, I got in here. I'm just riding this thing. And now if it pops down at all, I'm going to get back in. Look at this. This might be the floor now, but I still wanted to take my money. So here we go. I took that. Let me just show the chart. I'm going to take a picture of it. We're going to have some fun with this, guys. All righty. Exit here. And so you might be wondering about the 550% too. I did a 550%. No, not 550%. 550 in profit, 150%. And the reason is that we did so much was because it was an option. Because it was a stock, it went from 6 to 10. That's not 150%. But because it was an option, you made more money. So just a little training on that. If you do an option, you can make more, but it's also riskier. So don't get into options until you have shares down pat. Okay, there we go. Dun, 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 dun. Enter here. Okay, so that was gold. That was solid gold. And I am so happy about that one. So we're going to add that in right here. And I'm just going to label this one and say exit entry. And then this is the exit. I have no idea what's over here. Oh, this was some notes on the pound New Zealand trade. Okay, so there we have it. So we just updated our stock account a little bit, which is good. We just got it up to 50,550. Not a big move, but we're moving in the right direction, guys. And if we're gonna, so now I'm gonna get in on that. I want to take a look at the FNKO. I want to get in on AMD. FNKO. Okay. FNKO, I was thinking about closing. So we got a decision to make on this. Either get into this one or get into AMD. I'm going to get into AMD instead. But because this one's headed down, I might wait for this. But I'm going to get into AMD. AMD. Okay, we're going to get in here. I'm going to grab AMD right now. We're going to go ahead and get it. And so there we have it. We're buying AMD. And so there I'm now live with AMD. And so what I'm going to do is grab the image with AMD. And so we're going to have that for all time. Okay, but I'm going to share why. So number one is that this broke. Number two, we're at a MACD on the histogram. And then number three is it's an uptrend. So I'm just going to write a note. Not that. I'm going to write a note here on the call out. Strong uptrend continuation. All right, guys. So that's it, man. That's it. We are golden. If I lose money, then I lose money. I have calculated the risk. I've calculated the cost. I know that trading is risky, and I know the market can do anything, and there's no such thing as a sure thing. Any trade can go wrong at any time. But that's where we're at right now with this. Okay, so let's add this to the challenge, 210. Right, stocks, AMD, and there we have it. Okay, so once this trade comes out, we are in. So right now I'm actually still down because we've only closed 3 trades. We closed the $60. We lost 2,000 on the pound New Zealand, and we have we've gained 550. So 2 winners, 1 loser, but the loser was a big one. And so we're currently down from our initial start point, right? So here's the start. This is where I'm at. But again, my equity's up because I got some big trades on. So once I close those will be able to really move the balance. So again, we're trying to get to $1 million here. And so we're not even a month into it yet. We got a long ways to go. This is going to be a slugging in and slugging out. It's going to take endurance. And I am hoping that some of you guys will still be with me at the end of this. Hopefully we get it before a year. Hopefully we do it, but you just don't know what's going to happen. So we're going to keep working on it. We're going to keep hustling. We're going to make this happen. So again, I want to just we're going to do the giveaway now. If we got enough retweets, we're going to put those links here. Let's refresh it. I've got about 7 minutes. I'm not getting it. Let me try this it might be cached or something because I'm actually in shock that we have all these people on and people aren't entering. So I don't know what's going on. I might have to clear my cache. Let's try this. I'm going to open up a new window in an incognito and try this and just see what's going on. Yeah, only 8. So that's just kind of shocking to me. Okay. Well, if we don't get it, we'll have to save it up, and maybe next week we'll do 200 if we can't get the entries. But I just want to thank everybody for participating. For those of you that did, giveaway Wednesday. Every Wednesday is a giveaway. Oh, Gallagher wants to know about my stop loss. Let's talk about that. All right. This was a daily chart. My stop loss is going to be down here at about $82. I'm not going to put a hard stop on this right now. I'll wait a little bit. And my stop loss is going to be, or my take profit. Let's do a Fibonacci retracement on this one. This can be sometimes kind of fun on these. You do a Fibonacci. Let's try a retracement from here to here. Okay. And so you can see we have a 161.8 up at 108. And so that is where my target's going to be. So my target's going to be about 109, 108. There you go. All right. So, John, hey, if the Lord wills it, I'll be here next week as well. Who knows what the future holds? I sure don't. I can't control that. I can't control it, but I can't control the markets either. Only thing I can control is this. And I'm working on that every day because it's not easy. It is not easy. Okay, so that is it for today. Let me check one more time. If we didn't get it, we didn't get it, but we'll just do it next week, guys. I know next week you guys are going to be chomping at the bit, and we're going to bump up the prize a little bit. So one more refresh here. Yeah, we didn't get it this week, but we'll get it next time. Okay. All right, everybody. But let me just check the Facebook just to make sure that you guys, because if you got it on Facebook, I'll do the Facebook one. Maybe we got more Facebook fans. Refresh it. No, we didn't get it today, but that's okay. What I want you to do is hit that like button right now. Let's bump that up, and then hit the subscribe. And hopefully these were some good trades for you guys today. We got some good currency trades. The Aussie dollar is actually in profit. We got some good analysis on gold. We had some really solid stuff on BNGO. So next time, if during the live chat, you guys can send us some requests and all of that. Hey, Moses, no problem, man. I appreciate you being here. Just hit that like button and subscribe. We just want to see as many people successful as possible. And the reason I do this is to help get people engaged and to get them here and build this awesome community, because now, even though we're small, we've got a really solid community of great people, and I'm trying to attract a great people. And if we are working together, we can accomplish anything. And again, thank you guys. Have a great day, and we'll see you on Friday. Hit that subscribe button. All right, bye.